Well, it's a question I ask whenever I talk to a new lead singer or a new member of a band that's a classic band. How does it feel when you're singing these songs that were made very, very famous via someone else? I asked Derek Sharp, who sings the Burton Cumming songs, and he's been in the Guess Who since 2008, and Gary Peterson, the original drummer, is also in this clip. The current version of the Guess Who on Rock History Music. I asked Carl Dixon last year, what does it feel like to play these songs when you were with the Guess Who? And he was with April Wine too for a while. But I said, what did it feel like? These songs that were sung by this other guy. And he says it's daunting a little bit, but not for long, because you get up there because you're a musician, you do your thing. That's what you do. It's like when people ask me, do you get nervous before an interview? I said, no, it's what I've been in radio 40 years. I don't get nervous. Bill Bruford made me nervous a little bit, but other than that, what's your take on it? Singing, Derek, these songs. Was there ever a moment where you went, "Oh boy"?
No, no, not at all. Well, the circumstances for me joining were a bit different because I didn't. I thought I was just filling in, and it just kind of organically happened, and then. Really, the reason I'm still here was mostly due to Gary, and we started talking about music we liked and stuff like that. We had a lot of things in common, and when I started, we did a lot of back catalog. It was all Guess Who stuff. Like it was 90 minutes of, deeper cuts and this and that, and over time. I guess I don't know when, but at some point along the way, we were like, okay, are we going to we're doing this the rest of our lives? Or are we going to go in the direction? Sorry, it doesn't answer your question very well, but it's important to know that, number one. And secondly, as far as doing a show, you're always in the moment, especially when you're playing live. You can make a mistake. Crazy things happen, something goes off, these people are still sitting in front of you waiting for a show, and every time you play to a different audience, it's a different experience, no matter what anybody says. So when you sing these songs, they become about them, not you. We're just trying to, as far as the old stuff goes, we try to do them somewhat like the records, so they're recognizable and people can relate to them because those songs were important to people. Why would we do them why do we fuck them up?
Yeah.
Because it's not about us.
That's what people tell Bruce Hornsby all the time. Bruce, last time I talked to him, he says, oh, everyone wants to hear the way it is, just the way it is. But he's known for changing. Mm-hmm. He never plays the same song twice, but he's gotten a niche for that now. He's one of those guys that does that. Most people can't do that, and their audience don't want them to do that.
I think it depends who the artist is, and that's actually a great example, John. There are people who are just so great that they could do like Ray Charles. They could do anything, and people would accept it. But we're talking about two different things, right? You asked me the question about singing a song that somebody else sang. A lot of people can say that. But it doesn't, and my answer was, well, it's not about me.
I am,
because Ricky was it Ricky Lawson, is that his name, the guy who wrote the Guess Who book? I said, Ricky, what should I ask? Give me some questions that because I like other people's point of view. He says, oh my God, please ask him how the book's coming. So,
well, we're very busy, so it's coming slowly, and I'm having revision because I have many, many doors in my mind. And sometimes when you go through one door, many more are opened. And the book is really about my experience in this band, which is most of my life. And I want to make sure that it's correct. I only did it so that I could set down the facts the way I remember them. Nothing else.
That's a lot of people talking, from different sides, and I'm glad you're doing it because it's really important,
Well, I didn't people have been bugging me for years to do it, and I really didn't want to do it. But then one day I was sitting in my backyard in Florida here and looking at the old trees, the oaks that are over 200 years old, and I thought, these have been here for a long time. I need to get this down before it's too late, So that's what really started it.
Well, I hope the book's release in the next couple of years. It would be really, really nice to, because
Well,
I eat this stuff up.
if the band is so busy, I have no time I only have time for playing, and it'll get finished, and then we'll put it out.
Yeah.
The book is called A Band of Brothers.
Yeah. Which it was, yeah.
I have things that bring me back to earth. You mentioned Randy Bachman, and I have things like I looked at a picture yesterday of us playing live, probably in 1963 or 62, and Randy was playing drums and I was playing alto sax on Honky Tonk Part 2. So that's not AI. That was reality. And so it brings you back to the reality of how we performed, Oh, I couldn't play sax and Randy couldn't play drums, but we did it live without any help.
By the way, the new stuff streaming really, really well. I've noticed that it's doing really well.
Absolutely. I think it was the King had the highest debut in the something or other. I have to look it up, but we've been really happy with how things are going.
Yeah, and for me, I'm relearning the business now because it's nothing like the days of RCA Records and music and how you produce it, how you present it to the audience at large. It's a total different dynamic. So as I'm trying to learn to be a better drummer, I'm trying to learn to be a better artist as well. So otherwise I should stay home and hang up my spikes.
The AI thing, that's like, there was this Weekend Drake song, and there's a headline I saw this morning, Drake or fake. Like Gary, when you were starting off, the industry was so. I just talked to Randy Bachman again a few months ago, and he was going, "Oh my God, like it's just I feel like I've just been brought down on a different planet." And think about 20 years from now when we're all gone. Well, you might not be. The good-looking guy over there, I don't know. He might be around.
About Gary or me?
I think in 20 years, I don't know if I'll be here. But anyway, but what do you guys think of that? I mean, there's that side of the world that's just taken over. It's bigger than us. It's going to happen no matter what we think of. But what's your thoughts when you hear a fake song coming out by a computer?
Well, it is what it is. I mean, it's going to happen, right? So who cares? All we can do is continue to do what we're doing, and and as long as there's an audience to have it, then we show up, right? I don't really have a personal problem with it because it has nothing to do with me. It is scary, because it's foreign to all of us. You and I are very close in age, John. It is the unknown is scary, and the world seems to be getting heavy. But then again, my grandparents said the same thing. So does it just mean more arts or?